I started Premier because I knew that I had an opportunity to change lives on a whole nother level. And where I loved where I was working, and it was very much a gift to have joined that organization. I just had this, there was as if there was a force behind me that it wasn't even an option, it was a requirement. Like I had to go out, I had to name this company that was going to be able to have really an impact infinitely. There was no limit to what we would be able to do. From day one, really opening the doors in a small office in San Francisco to today being 7 offices strong, I still feel that same energy underneath the foundation of this company, and it continues to drive us each and every day to not innovate for the purposes of innovating, but innovate for the purposes of continuing to be able to live our mission, which is to change lives. It's pretty incredible to have the opportunity that we do to be able to innovate over the last 20 plus years. This industry, as you know, is pretty antiquated like a few others. It's very brick and mortar. And we have lived within it and within the guidelines that were established way back when. But hiring and people and wants, needs, desires for employment, our world has shifted so much so that we have from day one and continue to be advocates for the innovation in the employment sector.
We had a few conversations about what we wanted to do. It didn't start with what we ended up with. It started with some ideas around how we anticipated recruiting as a staffing agency, recruiting would change, how hiring would change, how job seeking would change, the advancement in machine learning and matching algorithms. And we just felt like that was something that we needed to discover and innovate on. And so we came up with a few different ideas that led us to where we were. Premier's been around for a long time, and we've been very effective in what we do and how we do it. The company has grown tremendously, but we got to a point where we needed to shift things up a little bit. We needed to make the process more transparent to our clients and candidates, and we also needed to make the process more simple for our internal staff. We needed to change in order to improve.
We recently have taken the time to think about, where are the points of friction in our business? And most importantly, what we're looking at is, like, how do we live our lives today? How do people live their lives today? What do they want for employment opportunity? And how might we be able to bridge the gap? How is this industry so antiquated, and yet employment is so innovative, right? And so we made the decision to create a talent platform that removes those major points of friction. So we're coming forward in 2020 with a tool that will allow our client companies, the people that are looking to hire, to be able to communicate directly with our talent population, the candidates that are looking for employment, on whether that is a contract role, whether that is a direct hire role, whether that is an individual hire, whether that is team-based hiring. And this is a tool that is going to align with the rest of our lives, right? The way that we live today, where we actually have transparency, right? And so there is a whole nother layer of trust where people can actually be their authentic selves and be desired and or respected and or wanted, needed for who they really are versus who they're supposed to be.
We decided to build Ajna because the tools we were using were frustrating. They were suffocating the process. The process was ridiculous. And also, we wanted clients and candidates to be able to see each other. And we felt like we were standing in the middle of the relationship, in the middle of the conversation, when really we want to bring the two together and wrap our arms around them and help them get through the hiring process. Closed Loop was founded by a gentleman named Asim Gupta. He is actually a personal friend of Sarah Menkes, And he had been part of the discussion around what we were looking to do to disrupt our industry. Probably 3 years ago is when we started talking to him. And we had a few sessions over the course of a year where we discussed how we could disrupt our industry through the matching, through some type of application where clients and candidates could interface with each other. And through the conversations with him, he asked great questions, and our relationship grew to the point where he was serving as a trusted advisor, not only on what it was that we were trying to get at, but also his expertise in just building projects like this. Sometimes Sarah and I don't agree on things. Many times we don't agree on things, but that's what makes our relationship successful, and that's what makes us successful as a team, working through our differences to come up with the best solution possible. And it's not always a solution that I agree with or that she agrees with, but we both trust each other and believe in our shared purpose, and we know that we'll always be successful because we have been.
It's a really exciting time. We definitely feel that we're on the precipice of major change. And again, this is change that we're excited to bring to our industry as a whole, to all layers of our industry. We do feel that, companies and people want to be able to communicate directly. We no longer need those buffers. And I mentioned the word authenticity many different times and the importance of being authentic. But today, really, there's nothing more critical than creating environments for us to showcase who we really are and the value that we can bring to an organization. Most of us, all of us actually, are multidimensional, and the value that we bring is layered. And through the antiquated process in recruiting, we tend to limit the understanding of really this individual and the depth and breadth of what they can bring. This talent platform is opening that up. This is no longer a one-page resume. This is a three-dimensional profile. This is no longer a short example or advertisement of who you are. This is a complete, opportunity for you to showcase not only your skills and your experience, your responsibilities, your contributions, but what culture is important to you. What is your value proposition, right? How and when are you your best self? We're developing a platform that is unbiased so that everyone and anyone will have an opportunity to be seen.
It's the tool that's going to take hiring and Premier to new places. I do think that it is a solution that is going to improve the opportunities that clients and candidates are exposed to through the unbiased nature of how we've built it, and also just the efficiency, speeding up the hiring process. The human element is still very important. It's still important to have an interaction with someone to get a feel for who they are and what their passions are and what they're pursuing. And I don't think that that's going to change with Ajna. I think that there's confidence and reassurance that is important in the hiring process for the clients and the candidates, for the companies and the job seekers to experience. And they can't necessarily obtain that by themselves all the time. And so we're here to facilitate that. We're here to ensure that the communication is effective, that the expectations are appropriate, that the information that needs to be shared is shared at the right time.
And we work to simplify and remove any points of friction so that these incredible organizations that come to us and pay us, right, for quality individuals can find and meet these people that are ready and able and eager to contribute to their success.
What we're doing is essentially replicating what those other job boards, career sites, networking sites offer and accentuating it with people behind the screens. We are also adding what we think are more important elements to the career search and candidate matching that is available right now in the form of capturing and including in the algorithm culture, values, management style, the full package. Throughout this process, we have discussed and tried to identify, are we innovating Premier, or are we coming up with something that is at the crossroads between job boards and staffing agencies, and Premier is stepping in to support that? And the answer is both. The answer is both. We are innovating Premier, and Premier is also the engine behind this fantastic innovation that we have been working on for a year.
We innovate not just for Premier. We're not looking to dominate. We're innovating so that our industry itself will continue to thrive and to grow. We believe in we are in the business. Our business is infinite. There is no end game for us. It will and is and will continue to always grow and innovate and be at the next level.
I would just say I'm really excited for our recruiters. When I think about the people doing this work, when I think about the people that are trying to bring the clients and candidates together, trying to help massage situations and conversations and communication, I think the job is going to be so much more fun. The success is going to be amazing. Premier's mission is to change lives, and with Ajna, we'll change that many more and faster. Thank you for everything that you guys are doing to help this dream become a reality. It is without you that we would not be where we are.